Hello there, welcome to another episode of Liam's Daily Reviews here at Northam's Haunted Book Factory. Now, happy Halloween everybody, it's my favourite day of the year. So today I'm going to be talking about a very spooky story by the King of Horror, Mr. Stephen King himself. This book is called Desperation. Now when I first read this, it came out around the time of Insomnia and Rose Madder, and I thought it was going to be like one of his new kind of books that wasn't very scary, not very horror, whereas on the first page of Desperation, it starts off straight away being absolutely terrifying, super violent, and very supernatural. Now, it tells the story of a lone cop named Colleen Tragan who is driving up and down a desert road and kidnapping people who are driving across the country and taking them to a small mining town called Desperation, where he's executing them and keeping them in jail cells. And turns out he's killed everybody in this tiny little town. And he's this big 6'8" scary man covered in blood, and he keeps coughing and sneezing and all this blood's coming out of him, like something's going on with him. And he keeps saying this strange word over and over again. He keeps saying tack, like it's like some kind of a tic that he's got going on. So he kidnaps a family, he kidnaps this woman named Mary and murders her husband, and he kidnaps a rider named Johnny Marinville off of his Harley. Now, something else strange is going on in Desperation. The animals are all acting very strange. All the coyotes are lining up and down the road, and the cop can talk to him in this creepy, ancient sounding language, and they do what he says. Snakes and scorpions and spiders attack people and kill them. And this big storm is brewing. So the survivors, they end up escaping from this crazy cop, and they band together and they have to survive the night, while this cop is actually slowly taking over their bodies one by one so it can survive. Excuse me. Now there is a movie version of this, and it is dreadful. I don't care what anyone says. Mick Garris directed it, and he broke my heart when he wrecked Desperation. The first thing I thought when I was in the first chapter of Desperation was, man, this is going to make the best, scariest Stephen King movie I've ever seen. And the first 10 minutes of that movie, I was so sad and disappointed. And the problem was, they picked the best guy to play the cop, Colleen Tragan. They picked Ron Perlman, who just is Colleen Tragan. But the script he had to work with was awful. The directing was terrible. It's like they spent $20 on the special effects. Oh, it was so disappointing, so upsetting. Now this book is quite big. As you can see, it's a big, thick bad boy. This whole story takes place in one night in the town of Desperation. It happens in the afternoon, they get kidnapped, and the book ends the next morning as the sun is coming up. Read this book. It's a 100-mile-an-hour screamer. It's absolutely terrifying. You can, if you want, if you really sit there for hours and hours. I reckon you could smash this all in one night, all in Halloween night. Just do it with a blanket around you and the light on, because it's very, very, very scary. So that's it. Happy Halloween. I love you all. Tune in next week where I will be reviewing The Library Policeman by Stephen King. Take care of one another and read some good books.